What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Tasha K and Kevin Hart and this lawsuit that is going on, because right now Kevin Hart is using Tasha K's own words in her YouTube video against her in court, baby. And I don't know what the people in the courtroom going to feel when they hear the words of Tasha K basically saying that if you don't pay, we're going to get our money by any means necessary. And then Kevin assistant, she shows up and she says, yes, I worked for Kevin Hart, I'm Kevin Hart's personal assistant. And they're laughing and they're joking, and she wants to spill the tea, she wants to spill the information, and then it cuts off. And then Kevin Hart can, this is kind of like evidence that he's using in court against Tasha. Now it's up to the people in the courthouse that's going to consider this extortion or not, but it don't look good, baby. Saying that, child, is a whole mess. But in any event, Kevin Hart team is basically stating that they seen in the video on Tasha K's app that Misha basically told Tasha K that she did have an NDA, but there is a loophole and there's a way around this NDA. So basically, when it comes to Kevin Hart, he's saying that it's intentional, like she intentional wanted to violate, the NDA and go around it. She was plotting and planning. So this is what, he states is malice and intentional assistant. She was out here with Tasha K and she was running it clean and she was running it down and everything, okay, where she has a non-disclosure agreement and basically she's in violation. And also Kevin Hart is saying that when it comes to Misha and the documents and the lawsuit, that she didn't supposed to talk to anybody about his family, about nothing, about his business, about his companies, about his kids, about anything that she seen, saw, or whatever. And he also states that she laughed with Tasha K in the video, that they know how to get around the confidentiality clause, which is no longer signed to agreements. The first one was the confidential one, and then the second one was the NDA when she left working with Kevin Hart. Like she signed agreement to leave, where she wasn't going to run her mouth, she wasn't going to say anything, she's going to keep everything private, she wasn't going to come out here and say nothing against his family, his business, what she seen, what she saw. No, not journalists, not YouTube, not TikTok, not Humble, not Rumble, not Bingo, not Instagram, not YouTube, not nothing that she should be talking of anything about Kevin Hart's family, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, or his business. And then on top of that, if she violates that NDA, she would have to pay $90,000, because Kevin Hart gave her $90,000 as a accident, package with leaving the company. So she was out here talking. I guess she was like, she said she wanted the truth out here, allegedly. And this is why, they put in some legislation where people can go around the confidentiality clause, but only time you can break them if there's actually something criminal going on. So this is a whole situation. So Kevin Hart, he is suing for civil extortion, breach of contract, intentional interference with contractual relations, invasion of privacy. Wasn't that one of Cardi B's album's names? And also public disclosure of private facts and defamation, child. This is a whole mess. So Kevin Hart is not cutting any corners, and he's using Tasha K words against her in her video, where it states in the court. And then he put the YouTube address, he put the YouTube video address where you can go watch the video. And he says, wherein she, along with Shake, shouted the supposedly salacious and damaging nature of the interview. The teaser video clearly was intended as a threat to Hart that the more detailed interview would be published if the ransom was not met. The teaser included a statement from Kibi at the 2.06 mark of the video, warning that when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. Hart and his representatives contacted the police and did not pay the ransom that Kibi was demanding. Okay. So this is a whole situation. So that whole video and that whole, she did a trailer, Tasha K, and she also, did a live teaser with, Mrs. Shake. And he's saying right there, that was the shakedown, that was the extortion. So we're going to see what the courthouse is going to say about the situation. So it's a whole lot going on. Kevin Hart team is saying that we sent Tasha K the cease and desist letter, also advising Kibi and Hart and Shakes were parties to the NDA. That Shake participation in the interview was a violation of the NDA, and that Kibi's publication of the interview would constitute intentional interference with contractual relations, in addition to the various other criminal and tortious conduct that Kibi had engaged in up to that point. And it also states, on December 22nd, 2022, Kibi advised Hart representatives that she would in fact be publishing the interview that evening at approximately 6 p.m. Kibi published the interview on her website, specifically the link, the address, charging viewers $12 per view. So he watched the child. He watched the whole situation. Yes. She said some things. I would be embarrassed too, like, child, Lord have mercy. But he basically paid her to be quiet. He gave her the $90,000, 3 months in health insurance coverage. That money is out. That money has ran out. And baby, she's trying to, put it out there and possibly get paid. But at the same time, now she may have to pay Kevin Hart when it comes to his personal assistant, because she was under a non-disclosure agreement, and also anything that she said in that interview couldn't be used and released publicly because it interferes with the contract that she signed with Kevin Hart when she departed his company. So Lord. And then on top of that, he got her talking. People are going to feel a certain type of way when they see that interview, because nobody likes to be exposed. Nobody likes their business out there in the streets. And also, nobody wants their career to be ruined or to be canceled. And you can be canceled at any moment, at any time, and any day. Fourth clause of action is basically invasion of privacy and also public disclosure of private facts, that can be harmful to Kevin Hart, that can be harmful to his business, harmful to his family. And then plus in the NDA, she said that she wouldn't talk about his family. She wouldn't disclose anything good, bad, or indifferent when it comes to his family, his kids, personnel, and his companies that he's affiliated with, people that he's affiliated with, people that come into his office, people, that leaves his office, people he has a casual encounter with, none of the stuff that she is supposed to say to anybody, point blank period, because she signed a non-disclosure agreement and she works for him, and basically he's entrusting her to keep his secrets. And baby, she says, I'm not keeping no more secrets today. Me and Tasha K is gonna fly to the moon, baby. And sure enough, they did, child. And when it comes to Kevin Hart, he came out here knocking. He came out here knocking with these legal allegations, basically saying people can believe, these facts that she's saying because she actually worked for us. And also, he does deny the claims, because he said basically it's not true in so many different words, but whether it's true or not, she's not obligated to say anything about me and our work relationships in any type of publication, social media, or anything, point blank. She don't even supposed to say I love the color green, baby. Okay, and then she's on Tasha K talking about nannies, assistants, and flight attendants. It's a lot going on. And I know Kevin Hart's wife, she's gonna hold on. She's gonna say this ain't the first time and this ain't the last time, because Kevin Hart has been caught up in some situations. When he got into the car accident, maybe he had a passenger, maybe he didn't. He was being extorted by one of his friends and things of that nature. And the wife done stayed strong. She done stayed there. He's a multi-millionaire. Like, he might make $65 million a year. Who knows? She ain't going nowhere. She ain't gonna find out again, child. No way, no how. But at the same time, she might be waiting to the 10-year mark. So if she wants to leave and go live her life happily, she can have a leg to stand on and a pot to piss in. And then Is the alleged woman that Shakes claimed in the Tasha K interview that, works for Kevin Hart. And basically, she alleged that Kevin Hart and this young lady that works for him, she's beautiful and she's gorgeous, basically saying he was in relations with her, and it was infidelity going on in that situation. And it has been infidelity going on with multiple employees of, Kevin Hart, and things of that natures. And a whole mess, child, a whole mess. But yes, this is, one of the employees that has been alleged to be, romantically involved with Kevin Hart. And, at this time and point, it's a whole lot going on. And a lot of people believe, when it comes to the young lady, Misha, that she's telling the truth. It's just that she's not supposed to tell anything, because she's under a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And then on top of that, she's with the hottest blogger, Tasha K, that's always on fire with some type of situation where it could be legal or non-legal and allegations. Kevin Hart just couldn't sit and let it fly and let it ride. So that's a whole situation. So she's being sued too. I don't know what. And published private facts regarding plaintiffs were done with oppression, fraud, and malice, with the intent of depriving plaintiff of their private liberties, properties, and legal rights. In other words, causing injury. And such actions were despicable conduct that subjected plaintiff to unjust hardship and conscious disregard of plaintiff rights, such that plaintiffs are entitled to recover punitive damages and compensatory damages, and also defamation damages, and also breach of contract damages and reputation damages, just damages all over the place. Because at this point, he's also alleging that Tasha K is extorting him. And then on top of the extortion, is so illegal, because all the information that is in the extortion with the interview that was done with Kevin Hart's former personal assistant, Misha Shakes, all that information that she gave Tasha K was protected information, and that information could not be released. And especially if it was released through different publications and platforms, and also if there was a threat attached, to NT, release of information or talk or breach of contract. And if you breach the contract in the form of a threat, what I mean, which is extortion, it puts you in deeper trouble, and where, everything in the NDA is adding up, and you broke everything in chronological order. So therefore, it seems like this would be a slam dunk for, Kevin Hart, but we don't know if it's going to be a slam dunk, because the personal assistant says from Kevin's Hart, court filing and, suit, alleged that she knows some type of loophole. Could the loophole be that there was a crime committed or anything of that nature, and the times where, she's seen things and witnessed things, so therefore she can speak? But we shall see, because that's the only way that an NDA can be broken. You can speak about it, or you might not be held liable if there's actually, a crime going on. But, Kevin Hart at this point is stating that they were mocking him, laughing, and it was a big joke, and it was satire, and it was also, you better pay up. And so it's a whole crazy situation. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about this whole situation. Tasha K, I don't know how she's going to work her way around this whole situation, because they do have the video. She can say she was not, sending any type of message to Kevin Hart or whatever the case may be. But he alleged that someone that's affiliated with her, that works with her, intimately, basically hit his people up, and said the interview's about to drop. If you don't want it to drop, give us $250,000. This is what is going on in the court documents and the lawsuit that is being filed, that Kevin Hart is filing against Tasha K and his personal ex-assistant. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. It is crazy out here.